Morning, folks. Hey, everybody. I'm a little early today. We'll be getting started. You know, you know how we do it. A little bit later. Got to give it a couple minutes. Sorry, folks.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Kane.
How's it going? How was your appointment?
It was good. Go
Good.
back in a month.
Okay. Good morning, guys. I see a lot of people already. John, Omar, Diana, Jill, Adam, Jeffrey, Murray, Dollar Bill, Chris. Morning, guys. You have any thoughts, Matt, about are we going to hit higher next week? Chop? Go down?
Uh, uh, yep. Yeah, yes. I don't know. Earnings will be important,
Yeah.
but we just don't. It doesn't feel like we want to go down, but we just don't have a lot of firepower to the upside. There's not a lot of accumulation going on. Feels like we're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
pinned.
Yeah. I feel like more chop. Maybe 2 weeks from now, we'll get some movement. But right now, I think a lot of people are starting to anticipate that pullback. And it just feels like a great time for a pain trade right now. So just go contrarian just in case everyone's wrong about the timing of the pullback. And then, because maybe the pullback comes a month from now. We don't know. Maybe we're up about 30-ish%. Maybe it goes up to 35% before we get that pullback. It doesn't have to happen right now. So I kind of like a pain trade right now.
I'm sorry, Kane. I just came in while you were saying, and I heard the last part, but I didn't heard the first part, and it sounded very interesting. Can you just summarize what you were said a minute ago or a second
Oh,
ago?
yeah, it just feels like there's a buildup of anticipation for this pullback. And I was just saying that it doesn't necessarily have to happen right now at this moment. And we could float up another 2, 3, 4, 5% before we actually get a pullback. So a pain trade right now over the next couple of weeks just feels kind of good at the moment.
Yeah, yeah, and I also mentioned. Let me real quickly here. Let me just go to the YouTube channel and go to this room here. And I also mentioned that I'm not necessarily seeing. I'm not seeing aggressive selling pressure, but I'm not really. I'm kind of seeing more of a hurry up and wait mode and just not really anything. But if you think about it right now, it kind of makes sense. We've had some moves. The Fed data is a lot better than expected. We're in the middle of the summer. A lot of institutions are out. There's just a lot of uncertainty right now on what's going to happen. But at the same time, there's really nothing that bad, and the market's done an amazing job of pricing in these tariffs that
Yeah.
may or may not happen, or whatever the number is. We don't know. We just don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. So I think the market is in a really, and I don't like the fact that I was just in customer service live. I was talking about this. Have you guys seen Berkshire Hathaway, the stock?
It's in a downtrend, I think, right? I haven't
It's been in
looked
a
at it
downtrend.
specifically,
It's
but
been in a downtrend for a few months now.
oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, it's been in a downtrend for a few months now, and that's not a good barometer of market action. Also, market breadth to the upside is not nearly as strong as you would expect it to be because of small caps. Small caps are barely above the 200-day line. So you
Yeah.
also have that disparity. Hey, Jill, how are you? You also have that disparagement between, or the divergence between small caps and large caps, which we have never seen in history. If you want to get really specific at these levels, so there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff right now that's. I mean, and again, I'm not getting political, but I think anybody would agree, regardless of what side of the fence you're on, that there's just the current administration is, we're firing Powell, we're not firing Powell. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of we don't know what's going to happen. Are tariffs going to be 100%? Are they going to be 50%? Are they going to be 30%? Are they going to be 10%? I mean, all of these things make a real big difference. So again, it's just there's a lot of unknown. I find it remarkable that the market's at all-time highs with all of this stuff going on. But hey, have I been trading to the bearish side? No, I've been doing mostly bullish trades. I mean, we're gonna trade in the direction the market's uh, in the direction the market's pointing to. But at the same time, uh, I find it very hard to fathom that the market's where it is right now. It seems like it's a little overdone. And earnings are telling us the same thing. Look, they're expecting 2.8% from a year ago. Hey Harold, how are you? Mm, So I'm not really again, I know that a lot of times, see, Kane, a lot of times when you and I say we're not that bullish, people are like, oh, they're bearish, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that. iPhone says low sound. Folks, can you hear me
No, you're not
okay?
low to me.
I can hear you just fine. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, okay, great. It's just a matter of taking everything into account. And if you take everything into account, you'll see that the market really isn't nearly as bullish as it appears. Again, I'm not seeing aggressive sellers coming in, but I'm not really seeing all these buyers buying broad cap of stocks. And I'll tell you another way you guys can kind of you guys can ascertain that. Have you guys noticed Trump is supposed to make an announcement at 2:30? I did not hear anything about that, but it wouldn't surprise me. Um,
Yeah, he said that this morning.
what is it about?
Oh, I remember seeing a headline. It didn't say what it was. It just said, was it a very big bill? Is that what he said? Or a signing? I'm trying to find it.
Well, anyway, I don't know what it is. And again, with our president, yes, no, he loves me, not. I don't know. I've given that up. I've given that up. The Coca Cola, the Coca Cola got it was my last straw. That was it. After that, because nobody messes with my Coca Cola. All right,
He just said big signing.
big signing. All right, maybe. Oh, it's the crypto. Yes. Karen mentioned it to me, Matt. It's the crypto. It has to do with crypto.
An executive order?
Something about crypto. Karen, yeah, there you are, Karen. The
Because
Genius Bill.
I thought the crypto bill in Congress didn't pass.
All I know is I remember Karen sending me an email. Karen the Shark, she's right there. She sent me an email this morning saying she's waiting for the at 2:30 the catalyst. See, I remember Karen. I don't forget. No, no, no. I don't ignore politics. It's just anytime I say the word Trump, people think I'm talking about politics. But sometimes he sticks his nose into the market. Like Coca-Cola is a stock. So, I start talking about consumer staples. Because if Coca-Cola is impacted, ADM is going to be impacted. If ADM is impacted, then other stock, it causes a ripple effect. Karen, people here are saying that it was yesterday. One second. My wife has a very important message for me. She doesn't. She's asking me what I want for dinner. I'm telling her I'm busy. Anyway, our wives, God bless. She knows exactly what I'm doing at this time, and she asks me what I want for sorry, folks. I apologize. So, anyways, and I think one thing you might have noticed, you might have noticed that I've been picking the stocks that I've been picking lately, especially to the upside. They've been very, very, very. They've been very, very similar. Sometimes I'll pick the same stocks. We haven't had a lot of choice. We haven't had that broad market momentum. Okay, we just have not had that broad market momentum. We haven't had like in a typical bull market, like right now when the market's all time high, I could throw anything, a stone, and I'll hit a good stock. Right now, it's not the same. The
Yeah.
Nvidia's been on my list for like a few weeks now. Coin's been on my list for a few weeks. It's a smaller group of stocks. It happens to be that those stocks have a lot of market cap. So if you look at mega caps right now, we'll do right now real quick here. I think part of the reason I like the stock, by the way, I'm just waiting for a pullback to the VWAP. Let me set it real quick so I don't have to look at it all day.
I was looking at that earlier today also.
There you go.
So, looking good. Yep.
Yep. See what happens. So, anyhow, the point I want to make is it's very, very it's really, really important to look at everything. Speaking of everything, if you look at the market today, you'll notice something interesting, and this is really interesting. Look at utilities. If you take utilities out of the equation, look what the market's doing. Absolutely nothing. 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 I mean, look, nothing even close to half a point up or down. Flat. So, and right now the SPY is down 0.7%. So there's really not much going on. So much uncertainty if so many traders were based on gambling or AI. That could, Zoom user, that could be it too. Let me repost this. I'm going to repost this because this is a good insight, even though you use cursing language, which I personally don't have any problem with, but some people may. Yeah, it's very possible. I don't want to go that deep into it, but you're right. There is a lot more algorithmic and AI trading. There is a lot more AI trading, especially when you hear an announcement during the session and it's something that political thing, because those are programmed into algos. And sometimes the algos don't know if it's happening the first time or the second time. Okay, so I want to talk about something today, okay? So yesterday, let me start off with a little summary. And Kane, please feel free to interject if you'd like, because
Sure.
you're here and we always want to hear what you have to say. So yesterday I said, let's pretend it's 8 o'clock in the morning and my stock fetcher wasn't really working well this morning. Now it's lightning speed. Looks like they didn't just fix it, but they filled it up. So what I did yesterday, I showed you which stocks looked really, really good. And I showed you the difference between an A quality stock and a B stock, for example. Not necessarily a bad stock. Now, notice both of these stocks are making 90-day highs. But look, goes up 4 or 5 days, goes down 4 or 5 days, goes up 4 or 5 days, goes down. It's much easier to get stopped out of a stock like this than a stock like this. Okay? And I wanted to make a big point of that yesterday. Look at this trading action. It's very pronounced. It's very intentional. It's very directional. You don't have to worry about getting in and having 3 days go against you again, 3 days against you, 5 days. You don't have to worry about that. Now, is this a bad stock? Would I not buy it? Of course I would. But this is a big consideration for me, the quality of the move, how it went to the 90-day high, not the fact that it's making a 90-day high. Both of these stocks are making 90-day highs. Okay. Now, today, for example, This stock isn't gapping up. The gap is a profit taker for me. So today, I would look at this stock a little more closely because it's not gapping up, but I don't like it as much because it's got all these up and downs. Same thing with Schwab. This gap up is not really great. These gap ups are usually institutions and professional traders use these as profit takers. But some stocks are still looking good, like MP. But look how it's consolidating around here. So you have to take all that into account. Look how well Citi is performing. And I talked about all of this yesterday. We talked about finding stocks that fit, that have a great daily trends. Find stocks that have really good daily trends, like the stocks we were talking about yesterday. I was waiting for a pullback on Dell, but I'm not getting one. I'm not going to chase it. So look at Microsoft. Remember I showed you Microsoft, how good it looked? By the way, I gave you as a bonus trade MP in the pit a few days ago. And there it is. I gave it to you right here. At the end of this day or beginning of this day, something like that. And here it goes. Anybody make money on MP? Let me know. Let me know if you guys did or not. Okay. Cyrus did. Okay. Bob did. John did. Ronaldo did. All right. So some people did. Okay, cool. Hefe's currently holding it. Schwab has earnings. Yeah. So anyways, Schwab, not a bad trend, but again, not an A1 trend. But look at Dollar Tree. Look at how clean this moves. Look at McDonald's. Jill took it. Good, good, good. You're welcome. Look at, not McDonald's. What was it? I just wanted to show you. Not McDonald's. No, not McDonald's. GE. Very directional. When it picks a direction, it moves in that direction. So again, very, 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 you're welcome, Adam. Good job. Good job. And then Karen is thanking you for Dollar Tree King.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Okay.
that was a great trend.
So we talked about yesterday, and then when after we picked the stock, I showed you yesterday. The second lesson was how to make sure. Let's just real quickly, and actually, I have a list of the stocks that we ended up with. Emerson and Microsoft, APH. So these are the stocks we were left with. Look, forget about what it's doing today. Just look at this trend, okay? Look at this trend, EMR. Look how clean this moves. Look how well it respects the 8-day EMA. APH. Nicely up today, too. Look at that. Nice trend. Those, if you keep playing those stocks, you will see your win rate will just get better. Your profit factor will be higher. Your losses will be smaller, and you'll have less monkey business. Trust me, because you will be picking the right stocks. Even if you're wrong on direct, see, look. Let me show you why. Let's say you're wrong here. Okay, it went right here, and then it just popped right back up. It would only take you 4 or 5 days to get back even. If you do that on a stock that looks like let's see here. What's a good example? Car, maybe? Nice, 80, good. See, not bad. I mean, it's not a bad trend, but it's just choppier. It doesn't glide as well. I mean, it's not a bad stock, by the way. It's a pretty good stock. Let's see what Palantir is doing. Just out of curiosity. It's flat today. Also a nice trend. Not as good as Microsoft, but not bad. All these are nice looking stocks. So after you do that, I explained to you, I showed you yesterday, how the next step is to see if it's overextended. Okay? And the way you do that is you pull up the indicator. I'm just quickly going through this for you. The way you would do that is you would go to ATR, make sure it's on 10. If it's on 14, that's fine, but 10 is better, I think. And then you could see whether the ATR is 1.5 times away from price. The 8-day EMA. So right now the ATR is 647. Let's just say 650 just to round it up to make it easier. What's half of 650? 325. What happens when you add 325 to 650? You get 975. Where's the 8-day moving average at? 503.90. Oh, excuse me. Let's see here. It's at yeah, it's at 505.32. 505.32 exactly. Yeah, 505.33. 975 plus 505.33 is right around 514. Is price anywhere near 514 right now? No, we're at 509, so we're not overextended. So you see
But
how I just
the high was basically it.
the high, yeah, the high was basically you would have taken profit at the high today. Okay, at 1.5 times ATR. So let me show you what I just did. Thank you, Adam. Let me just show you what I just did. I took the ATR, I multiplied it by 150%. So 647 becomes 975. And folks, if you're off by 3 pennies or 10 cents, that's okay. You're just looking for the big picture here. Don't try to nickel and dime yourself here, okay? Just round it up, round it down, make it easy for yourself. TC2000, you can create a 1.5 channel, so it's just always there. I just don't want to bother with that right now. But basically, you take your ATR. It's at 650 right now. 1.5 times that is 975. You take the 8-day EMA. Where's the 8-day EMA? It's at 505. Basically at 505. You add $9 to 505. You get 514 and a half, 515. The high today was 517. That's your profit target. So now I want to show you, and again, there's 2 ways of doing this. You can also do this with Bollinger Width, but that won't give you the profit target. That'll just tell you if something is overextended or not. So what you want to do is here, let me back 2 years. So you could see if price is overextended or not, and it's not even close to being overextended right now. So let me give you yesterday Avalon, it's in the VIP room members area. It works, ATR works to the downside or the upside. It makes no difference. So well, let me show you administrator. It's not what I prefer. They serve different purposes. First of all, the Bollinger Width is very fast and you don't have to do any math. But the Bollinger Width is not going to tell you where to take your profits. The ATR will. So I'm going to show you a trading system right now, a mechanical trading system that you can apply right away. Do you want me to do that for you or not? Are you guys interested?
I'm interested.
All right. So all right. So look. And you don't need this. This is just helping you out. Today, you put your RSI at 2-day, okay? Okay. You don't need Bollinger Width for this, okay? So you buy the stock or the option, whichever you choose, as close as you can to the 8-day EMA. If it closes below the 8-day EMA, you liquidate your position with a loss. So your loss is like this small, like this small, that small, like this. Because you're trying to buy as close as you can to the 8-day EMA, and your stop loss is a close below the 8-day EMA. Where's your profit target? At 1.5 ATR from the 8-day EMA. And you could use the RSI to generate the overbought, oversold. This will move along pretty well with the ATR. So you could use when ATR gets a little overdone, like it did this morning, RSI, I mean, you can, but it's a 2-day RSI, not a 14-day RSI. So you're buying as close as you can. The asset has to be in a trend like this. It has to be trading above the 8-day EMA like this every day. Okay, so first thing you got to do is start with part one of the exercises. You got to buy stocks that are doing this, or stocks that are doing this. Not this. Sorry, where is it? I had it right here. Where's that damn stock? Is it APH? APH. I think it's APH. Yeah, this stock. Sorry, had the wrong stock. So again, let me just put the indicators on here. Standalone, want ATR. I don't need volume here, and I want relative strength index on 2, not 14, on 2. And what you will find is, you see how it's overextended a little bit right now? See how this triggers right there? That's a liquidate, and I'll show you why. This is the 8-day EMA, right? Okay. Where's the 8-day EMA? It's at 164. $100.64. Where's ATR? It's about $1.80. Where's 2 times ATR? $2.70, right? Add another 90 cents to this. I'm pretty quick with math in my head. So 90 cents added to this is $2.70. Okay, where's the 8-day EMA? At 164. Add $2.75 to 164. What is that? It's 103 and a quarter. Let's see what the high is. The high is today 102.08, so you're not there yet. You'd get out at 103 and a quarter. That's your profit target. You could use that, Nathan. I'm just not into using Keltner channels, but you could if you wanted to. But again, 1.5 ATR. What's ATR right now? What's 1.5 ATR? About $2.75. You would add $2.75 to this, to the line, and it would be about 3 and a quarter, 3.15, somewhere there. The high today is 208, so you got another about $1 to go. Okay, so let me show you. You find a
I
stock
think
that's consistent. Say again.
sorry, the high, I think we already hit 103.70 if you float
Maybe I just
to the
don't.
right.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
float.
yeah. We did hit our profit
Yeah.
target. Sorry. Thank you,
Yeah.
Kane. We did hit our profit target. Yes, we did hit it. With the high was over 103. We did hit our profit target. So what's going through tickers? When going through tickers? Ooh, this market's selling off. I'm glad you got out of that long, Matt. You know? So look, price. Now, this is not great because it's closing below the 8-day EMA. You want to find a stock that's closing above the 8-day EMA. So let's just quickly look at a few here. NDAC. There's usually a couple every day. This is not a lot. There's a couple. No, not here either. Hold on. Let's see if I can find one. Citibank, maybe. ATR 10. See, okay, right here. Look, it went through all of this time. Notice how it's closing above the 8-day EMA. Okay, that's what you want. You want a stock that's closing above the. If you find that it's breaking the 8-day EMA and finishing at the 15-day EMA, then use the 15-day EMA. Don't use the 8-day EMA. But let me show you another example, okay? ATR. And let's just put the 2-day RSI here. Do you see, folks, how I'm using tools that I've been teaching you for years, how I'm using them together? All of them? Notice I'm not using the 14-day ATR. I'm not using the 14-day. I'm using a 10-day ATR, and I'm using a 2-day because it works better. Average range, yeah. And then, I already did that. Put the RSI here. My quantum indicator is better than the 2-day RSI, but it's fine. I'll just use the 2-day RSI right now. See, when it's above this level, usually means it's overdone. But let's check. What do we know? I mean, let's let the math tell us. So it's $2. So easy to calculate. So 1.5 ATR is $3. Okay, right? $3. Where's the 8-day EMA? Let's look to the left. It's at $90. God wants to make my life easy today. It's at $90. All I have to do is add $3 to it. 304 to be specific, okay? So my profit target would be at 93.04. Look at the high today. 93.38. Just we would have gotten filled. We would have gotten filled. We're above 93.04. So 1.5. So I'm going to say this again. Price is trading above the 8-day EMA. You buy as close to the 8-day EMA as you can. If it closes below the 8-day EMA, you're out. Out. You don't hold on, you're out. So your stop loss is literally the difference from here to here. See the distance of your stop loss? And your profit target is from here to here. Do you see the distance in your profit target? And I could assure you your win rate's going to be well over 70% because you're trading the pullbacks of the 8-day EMA on a strong trend. Oh, you like that one, huh, Cyrus? Cyrus, you used to argue with me all the time. What happened, Cyrus? You used to argue with me. If I would say black, you would say white. If I would say green, you would say yellow. What happened, Cyrus? What happened to our turbulations? This is all swing trading. Well, no, you're day trading. You're going to be day trading your losers, but you're going to be swing trading your winners. HG remembers. Steve remembers the arguments. Cyrus, remember you guys ducking it out. You see what I mean? Somebody saw the light. It must have been either him or me, but somebody saw the light. Thank you, Cyrus. Says I'm a better teacher. Whatever you say, I'm still teaching the exact same things I was teaching 10 years ago. Nothing changed. Okay, so do you guys want me to show you another couple of examples? Because I'm pretty sure all of you know exactly the system and you've all done it a million times and you've all have figured it out yourself and you've got it all figured out now. I literally just gave you an A+ trading system that I've never showed to anybody. Pretty cool stuff, right, Kane?
It's great. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm all about ATR, using ATRs for your levels. I love it.
Yep. All right. So let's find another one. Let's find another stock. How about EMR? See if we can do EMR. Okay, perfect. For the most part, it's closing above the 8-day EMA. So you would have gotten stopped out right here. Okay. But here you would have gotten an entry and you would have gotten out right there probably, or right there. Anyways, so let's just try here again. All right. So let's erase the volume. And I'm doing this on bar charts so you can replicate this at home on your own. Look, we got 500
stopped out there because you didn't close below the EMA.
Yeah, we wouldn't have gotten stopped out. We didn't. You're absolutely right. We didn't close below the EMA. You're absolutely right. So, do you find strong trend stocks? No, Jeremiah. I don't really use bar charts aside from the morning analysis and the news, and the moment. I use bar charts, but for more swing trading, bigger things. I trade with TC 2000 and Thinkorswim under protest. Come over tomorrow and give me a class only 4 hours away. All right. So let's try EMR. Okay, let's add. And the reason I'm doing bar chart is right now, so you could do this with me, because I don't care if it's delayed or not. This is swing trading stuff. So we add this. We'll add the RSI, even though we really don't need it, but we'll add it anyway because it looks nice. You can tell all your friends you use the 2-day RSI. Here we use that. 2 days. All right. There we go. Okay. It's 2.25, right? So it would be 350. Let's just forget about the penny. 350, right? Okay, 350. 350. Where's the 8-day EMA? 141.30. 141.30 plus 350 would be 144.80. The high today is 144.56. So you're almost there. You're almost there. So whenever you would get in as close as you can to the 8-day EMA, you would obviously be setting alerts for that. You can even get you can get in at the 8-day EMA. That's fine too. But if you're in the market in the last 5 minutes and it's closing below the 8-day EMA, you got to get out there. You got to get out. If it's not closing below the 8-day EMA, you hold on to it. You hold on to it till it's 1.5 ATR above the 8-day EMA, and you recalculate the 8-day EMA and the ATR every day. Now, you see how fast I just did 3 or 4 stocks? what's this times 1.5? It's 350, 350 plus the 8-day EMA. 8-day EMA right now is at what is it here? At 141.29, 141.29 plus 350. And again, I'm ballpark. I'm just 140, 144.80, and the high is 144.50. And you don't have to use intraday price data for this. How far out should you go on the options? Oh, I would be doing it with the underlying, but if you're going to be doing it with the option, I would probably go about a week out, 7, maybe 10 days out. This is pretty short term. You don't need to go, a month or two. But don't go like 4 days, because if you're going to be in the stock for 2, 3 days, it's going to eat into it. But 10 days, I would say 8 to 10 days. And I would do it 0.70 delta. And remember, you're going to be buying a call when the market's going down. Otherwise, how the hell are you going to get close to the 8-day EMA? So you're going to be buying a call as the price is going down, not as it's going up. So you're going to save money on the call, but you're buying a really strong trend. So I gave you a profit target. I gave you an entry. I gave you a stop loss. I gave you everything that you need, right? I showed you yesterday how to pick these fancy schmancy stocks, didn't I? Yeah, 1.5 ATR. Completely mechanical. Rick says cash. Cash what? What about cash? A VRT? Let's take a look at VRT. VRT is trading above the 8-day EMA about 90% of the time. Why would I do it here? Why do you like to get stopped out all the time? How does the 2-day RSI fit into it? It usually, when the RSI is popping up, really, Marlon, it usually tells you it's time to sell. And when it's down like that, it's usually telling you the 2-day RSI does a really good job of following the 8-day EMA and how far away you're from the 8-day EMA. It just does. I mean, it's just another tool you can use as a so Marlon, let me tell you how I Marlon actually asked a really good question. So back in the day, so let me tell you how it all started out. Back in the day, when I started doing this methodology, I did not have the ability. Hold on a sec. I did not have. I'll explain it to you, Marlon. It'll be an aha moment. It'll make sense. It's kind of an odd reason, but it'll make sense. I just explained the put option technique, and I'll explain it again. So back in the day, when I started doing this method, I didn't have a way to set an alert at the 8-day EMA, okay? And I didn't want to watch these stocks all day. So I would have my 10 or 15 stocks that I would set, and I would put a little screen in there, and it allowed you, my system allowed me to set an alert on the RSI. So when the RSI would go, 2-day RSI would go oversold on one of my 15 stocks that day, I would know that I'm getting close to getting my signal. So it was like a secondary tool to help me find what I was looking for, but it wasn't really using it directly. Does that make sense? And then after I started getting when I started having the indicator alerting me at the 8-day EMA, I really had no more use for it, but I just got so used to having it that I just kept it on. I can't be any more truthful and honest than that, but that's how the whole RSI came, the whole 2-day RSI. This will be recorded. Let me tell Deanna right now. Hold on. Hold on. Please make today's VIP video part 2 of yesterday's and put in VIP members area. All right. Okay.
Chris is asking about the stop loss. The stop loss has to be specific to your system. So you can't put a super tight stop like this on most systems because you'll just get chopped all the time. It'll get stopped out all the time. But Roger is very specifically, in this system, very specifically telling you to look for stocks that don't often close below that EMA 8, which is why his tight stop right there is good.
Okay, let me let you in all on a little secret. It's going to be something that I shared with you years and years and years ago. Everything comes down to the stock. Your stupid indicators and all that stuff doesn't mean that much when it comes to the stock. Pick the right stock, and your road will be it's like finding the right partner in life. If you find the right partner, you're going to still go through a lot of shit in life, but it's going to be much easier because you're with the right partner. It's the same thing with the stock. The key to all of this is not the 8-day EMA. It's not the RSI. It's not the ATR. It's finding the right stock, which is why I spend so much time in helping you find the right stock. If you pick the wrong stock, the strategy will not work. Okay, so look at Hood. Look at how well, look at this. Closed above the 8-day EMA, closed below the 8-day EMA. Find me another instance here that it closed below the 8-day EMA. One time, one time. Is this a good candidate? You better believe it. What if I'm wrong? Well, if you're wrong, you're going to lose the difference between this. You're going to lose the difference between this and this. That's your stop loss right there. That's your stop loss right there. What's your profit target? Right here. From here to here. Okay? So you obviously will have more than a 70% win rate, probably close to 82% based on everything I know if you do it right. 80, 82. And your wins will be about 3 or 4 times bigger than your losers. So you have a high win rate and you have a high profit factor. Okay? So let me do it again on Hood, just to do another example. And then I'll talk about options again. So here's Hood, right? We look at Hood. We have our 8-day EMA, this red line right here. You could see right here, one time. Just look back and ask yourself, how many times does it close below the 8-day EMA? And if the answer is, oh, here, 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 oh, there, then that's not the right stock. I'm trying to encourage. Okay, the reason I'm teaching you this is because I'm figuring if I give you an incentive, if I give you a bone, maybe you'll start finding the right stocks. So I'm trying to give you bonus points for picking stocks that are closing above the 8-day EMA. This is just like, you know how a teacher gives cookies to third graders? I'm trying to give you a cookie for picking good stocks. So I'm hoping that by giving you this strategy, you'll start picking good stocks. If you think I'm kidding, I'm not. I think long and hard before I do things. Okay, so let's just do this. You're welcome. So look, let's add the study. Roger, I can't do this. I don't have your platform. You don't have to. You could do this on bar chart with me along, and it's free. All right, average true range, right? We got our average true range. We'll take the volume away since we're only looking at stocks that are just going straight up. We're also going to add my RSI, which somebody brought up that I really, I mean, it's just like a positive reinforcement. But now that I have alerts on the 8-day EMA, I really don't need it. But here it is. See how it's overextended? Let's see if we got what we needed. So what's the ATR? $5. What's 2.5 times that? A little over 750, like 760. Okay. Where's the it's at 101.67, 63. What did I say it was? 7 something. So you would add, let's say 760. So it would be 108, 109.50. Let's see what the high today is. The high today is 113.43. You would have gotten clipped somewhere right here, right there. And I assure you, the ATR didn't change from yesterday very much. Yesterday was $5 exactly. So it would have been set. So if you were to do this trade, you would have gotten in right here. Look, right there, right? Because you're really because the further you're away from the 8-day EMA, the bigger your stop loss is going to be, right? So you're just going to be shooting yourself in the foot. So you get in as close as you can to the 8-day. You get in as close as you can to the 8-day. You get as close as you can to the 8-day. You can even get right at the 8-day, but make sure if it's closes below the 8-day, your butt is out of there. So let's say you're already buying it on the way down. See right here, look, it goes under, but it closes above. When was the last time this closed below the 8-day EMA? Right here. That's the kind of stock you want. Find stocks that are consistently going. That way you will have the best stocks. You will be out of chop. And now you have a tool you can use. And now I'm rewarding you. Now you actually have an incentive to find stocks that are trading the way I want you to trade. See, Kane, the things we have to do to get people to learn things, we have to sometimes give them freebies.
That's right. Yeah. And Kyle, I wouldn't worry about a list of indicators. Roger's showing you all you need to know right here.
Kyle,
You
I
don't even need
literally
that
just got
RSI.
I just got done explaining to you how without the stock, none of these indicators work. See, this all goes back to what I've been trying to tell you for years. And one of the reasons why I got into this business. Context, context, context. See, it's very easy for somebody to show you this trading strategy in probably 3 lines of text, 5 lines of text. Notice it's got 3 rules. Remember what I always say? A system has to have less than five rules or less. It has 3 rules. What's the key here? Is the key here the ATR? No, the key here is finding the right stock. I'm literally trying to reward you for finding the perfect stocks because you guys can't find stocks to save your life. Not all of you, most of you. Do you see, even without any of these tools, if you were to pick the stock, you would have made money. You do understand that, right? All I'm doing is just trying to give you tools to reward you for picking the best stocks and the lowest risk entry opportunities. That's all this is. Kyle, but some of you want to do it see, Kyle, some folks want to do it themselves. They don't want to just pay me to find good stocks. That attitude is not going to get you very far.
Yeah, and if that was your attitude, Kyle, then why do you need the indicator also?
Yeah.
You don't,
If I'm
yeah.
picking the right stock for you, what do you need the indicator for? Since I'm picking the trade anyway, right? Just don't argue with me. Right. Right. So again, these are the kind of stocks you want. Okay. Now, sometimes you'll find that a stock doesn't respect the 8-day EMA. It respects the 15-day EMA. Fine. Just use the 15-day, and if it closes below the 15-day EMA, you're out. That's fine. That's fine. But usually you'll find the stock either respects the 15 or the 8, not both. You want me to look at Vic? I'll look at Vic. Why not? I'll look at Vic. Let's look at Vic. It's a good one. Let's take a look. Thankfully, it's a good one.
Yep.
Thank you, Kevin. So let's look.
Not a lot of entry opportunities, but it looks awesome.
Yeah. So let's look. How many times does this close below the 8-day EMA? I mean, here, maybe here, but this is great. So let's try it. Okay. Let's try it. And again, you see, I didn't pick the stock. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but let's try it. So far, every stock I've shown you would have hit the ATR today. Every one, right, Kane? Every stock I've shown would have hit your profit target. Which means, and when you have a lot of stocks hitting 1.5 ATR, that means you're getting deviated from the 8-day EMA, which is not a good time to go long. So if you have a lot of stocks that are like, oh, this is too far up, it's probably a good time to slow down buying stocks. It's 1.5 times. It's 1.5. Yeah, Sophie's actually one of the stocks on my list. I'll gladly look at it in a few minutes. I don't care if ATR is starting high, going down. I don't care about any of that. Let's just look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. And here, I'll use the RSI since you guys like it. Add a little flair, make me look more professional, even though I really don't use it anymore, but it looks good. There's the RSI. See? Overdone. Above 70. Let's see what survey says. Okay, where's the this doesn't look overbought, by the way. This looks like it's ripe for a breakout. But let's just do it anyway. 8-day EMA is at 56.84. Remember that 56.84. Where is this at 128? 128 times 1.5 would be 245. Let's just say 250. 250 plus 56.80 would be 59.30. 59.30. What's the high today? Yeah, it's not there. See, I could tell by looking at it. You wouldn't be able to exit this. This is not ready for an exit yet. You got to be above 59 to exit. And the high today is 58.03 from what I could see.
But great entry yesterday.
Yeah, you got a great entry here, though. And look at what your risk is. What's your downside? You guys like this? So let's look at Sophie first, because it is on my list. And then I'll look at Iona Q. All right. Okay, let's look at Sophie. When was the last time this closed below the 8-day EMA? I don't see it. Good enough for me. It was on our list yesterday. That's okay, Avalon. You see, you come here every day and you start. This is all daily charts. This is all daily charts. I'm literally giving you guys a profit target. I'm giving you a stop loss, and I'm giving you an exit strategy. See, you guys always like when I give you everything to get, like objective. This is can't get any more objective than this. But you got to find the right stock. That's the $1 million question, and that's the biggest problem. You like how I limited my losses, Bill? Good, good. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this. We have some time. I think this is a great session, by the way. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I think this is a good session. Are these trading the stock or the option? Whatever you want. It's lady's choice. Whatever you want. Dealer's choice. Okay, let's just forget about the RSI for now. Oh, perfect. Look, 93 cents. Let's just bring it up to a dollar. Let's say it's $1.50, right? $1.50, 93 times 150%. Just multiply this by add another 50% to this. That's all you're doing. Yeah, see, Lewis says one of the best sessions. Harold says getting some free knowledge gives me a better chance of getting foot in the door. There you go, Gerald. There you go. When we close below the 8-day EMA on a daily. So Tesla, all right, I'll check Tesla. But first, there was something else I wanted to check. So 8-day EMA is at 20.99. Okay, $21, and this is a 20. So 21.50. What's the high? What's the high on the day? It's 21.50 or 22 actually. Yeah. So we would have gotten our. So you would have gotten in right here, right there at 20.82, and you would have gotten in at 21.50. That's the closest we can get. I mean, that's just the closest I can get to the 8-day EMA. This is already being put in the members area. You've already made money while algo a while ago using the ATR one. Now you love it. Okay, cool. Okay, who was the other one before Tesla? There was one more you guys wanted me to look at.
There was IonQ, I think.
Yeah. How do you spell the ticker? IONQ?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, see, this will start. Okay, why does this not work? So whoever gave me the stock, and I'm not going to mention any names, was completely avoiding and not paying attention to anything I was saying. Remember, I said you need to have a stock that's constantly above the 8-day EMA. Here's the 8-day EMA. Here it broke the 8-day EMA. Here it broke the 8-day EMA. Here. It broke the 8-day EMA every day. Why would I want to use this stock? Who gave me this stock? All right. Tesla. Let's look at Tesla. I told you very clearly it has to be above the 8-day EMA. Does this look like to you like it's above the 8-day EMA? I don't even know where it is. All right. Does anybody want to give me another stock? QS. A little too over. This is not a. You want a steady mover. You don't want a stock running away with the circus. Plus, this is not good. So AbbVie. Let's look at AbbVie. No, this is not going to work.
So real quick, Roger, in the previous stock, which one was it?
I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah,
it wasn't working.
Whatever it was, it was running away. It's getting really far away from the moving average. QS.
Yeah.
So would it go on your watch list though, and wait for it to return to the EMA 8, and then perhaps you could go in and use this strategy?
Yes, maybe. Although I don't like this. This is too. I want something like this. Like I want something moving like this. I want this. EMR. Hold on. EMR. Wrong stock. EMR. I want this.
EMR is great.
I want that.
Yeah.
I want these stocks. Let me ask you a question. Does QS
EMR
look anything like Microsoft to you? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
So EMR today, that's an exit, but then it's still in a great trend. So a few days later, it might return to that EMA 8, that low, and then it could be another great entry.
Possibly. Like this is good. Now this is good. This is pretty good. So okay, it breaks the 8-day, but for the most part, it's above the 8-day. It closes sometimes. I mean, this is not great, but it may work. It may work. This is not like ideal, but this could work because it does respect the 8-day quite a bit here, and here are the 15. But this could work. GEV. Let's take a look. I'll take a look at a few more. We have a few more minutes. This is very nice. This is very nice. So let's just do one here. Let's add the ATR. Ooh, $17.20 divided into 2 is what? $8.50. $8.50 plus 20 cents. $25. $25. Let's see. $5.55. So $5 it was be 580. Let's see what the high is. 570. The high today is 578. So you're off. Oh, you're missing your exit by $2. Yeah, there you go, Venkit. A couple of bucks. Not bad. And you would have probably gotten in like right here. So look, your stop loss is like this small. All right, folks. So let me give you the rules again. The first thing you need is a really good stock. If you don't have a good stock, don't go any further. It's like trying to go and learn how to swim when it's 30 degrees and you don't have a pool, indoor pool. Just forget about it. Give it up. So it doesn't start with your ATR. It doesn't start with the RSI. It doesn't start with the 8-day EMA. It starts with the stock. If you don't got the stock, you don't got the play. Okay? I'm trying to reward you for I'm trying to help you learn to pick the best stocks, and this is going to be a way to do it. This is like, Karate Kid, right hand, wash the car, left off. This is what we're doing here. Because you guys are terrible at picking good stocks. And I see, if I could have you learn to pick the best stocks, then 80% of your problems are behind us. Stop loss is a close below the 8-day EMA. A close below the 8-day EMA. Katos, I'll take a look at Katos, but I remember it being a little choppy, a little wiki, not choppy, wiki. Okay, this stock would have been perfect, like right here, like this. This is not good, and this is bad. It's running away from the circus. Here's the problem. When it does this and it pulls back, the pullback is usually pretty done. This is usually a climax. So this is too much too fast. I don't like this. I want a stock just kind of chumming along. This is what I want. I want these type of stocks. Look, that's the kind of stock I want. Okay? TSM, let me look at TSM. Start looking for stocks. That stock's looks like we just took profit on it. Okay? Here's one day below the 8-day EMA. Here's another one. But yeah, this would work. It's a little gappy, but yeah. So how would you trade this? You would buy a call option when we're getting close to the 8-day EMA. You would go 7 to 10 days out, and you would use a 0.70 strike price. If you're trading to the short side, which you could just easily do, just reverse everything I said, you would be using a put option. If it runs multiple days, you just every day you just recalculate your ATR, and you put your stop loss 1.5 above your 8-day EMA. No, it works for puts too. All right, now go ahead.
Stop.
Sorry, King. Go ahead.
No, it's the stop. So the stop is 8 EMA, but you got to remember it's the close. So you can't just put your stop loss at the 8 EMA because you'll just get intraday. You could get wiped out. So
Right.
you got to make sure it closes below that 8 EMA.
You got to watch this trade. You got to watch this trade at the last 15 minutes of the day, last 10 minutes of the day, last 5 minutes of the day. Okay. No, it works for calls and puts. All right. Now, Kane and I are going to have a class right now. So, folks, Matt, can you post a link to the VIP room in the YouTube channel? Kane and I are going to have a class that Raleigh is going to host right now. So, Kane and I will be there in the background answering any questions you may have. Please make your way into the Zoom room. Zoom room is here. And Matt, do you have it? Oh, there he goes. Please click this link and go to YouTube. The class you're about to Zoom. The class you're about to hear right now is really good in combination with what I just taught you right now. A lot of the tools that are in that class are very, very, very useful. Raleigh, I'm going to go ahead and give you the screen.
All right.
And are you ready to begin, my friend?
I am ready to begin. Once again, it's great to be here, everybody. And once again, I just want to reinforce that this is a recording of a session that I did live with Kane yesterday. And it's an incredible presentation. Folks, I will be live with you, monitoring the chat. So if you have questions during the presentation, just put them in the chat and I'll answer them. And of course, at the end of the presentation, I'll also answer any questions that you have. So with that, Roger, I'm ready to get going.
Yes. And we're going to shut off YouTube right now. Please make your way in there, and Kane and I will be in the background if you need us to answer any questions for you in the interim. All right, folks. I hope you had a great enjoyed this class. This is yesterday. It was a very high converting class, and we did a lot of value here. I think you